what did you make of the speech? What did you make of Dell's speech?
I thought it was good. I mean, I loved that he kind of brought everything full circle. You know, he talked about his early days with his parents and his like siblings and all that, and then talked a little about his playing time in Charlotte, all of the, memories with his teammates, and spoke gratitude to them of saying, I never would have won six man of the year if it wasn't for you guys. I never would have got my jersey retired if it wasn't for you guys, all the way to, charging the crowd now to support the team and where they're going. I feel like it just kind of, again, speaks to who Dell Curry is. Talks about his upbringing, why he is the way that he is, how his high school coaches, his family, kind of developed him into the man that he is. Talked about the era of the Hornets that he played with, the guys that he played with in the original Charlotte Hornets, all the way to now, to say, hey, this team is going places. They need your
Yeah.
support. You need to turn this place back into what it was like in the late 90s when Charlotte had the best crowd in the NBA. So I appreciated that he took everything, full circle from the beginning of his basketball journey to where he is now and where the Hornets are now and where they're going. I thought it was, he went a little bit long there. They probably didn't show it on TV, but I could see from where I was sitting, there was a countdown timer for how much time he had to speak. And I think he mentioned it at one point, but blew past it, which was great. I thought everything he said was awesome. And, just again, painted this great picture of his entire basketball life and the next iteration of it for him as the color commentator of this Hornets franchise that is on the rise.
Yeah, and he kept it together pretty well, right? Until he
Yeah.
got to the end and he started talking about fatherhood and his grandkids and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Which is, it's the Hollywood way. Like you get to the end of the speech and you're just holding on, and like your voice cracks as you deliver the last line. It was quite cinematic in that way, and it was passionate, right? When he was like talking up at the end, you could feel the passion coming through his voice, and I
Right.
think that's what a lot of people love about him. And I mean, how cool, right, for Eric Collins to be the guy, not just the Hornets broadcast partner, but also like obviously one of his good friends, right?
Yes.
Who is able to kind of do that in partnership with him. Um,
And
on a
I
side note,
saw
oh,
Eric was like wiping tears out of his eyes. It looked like to me when he was walking off the court after the jersey went up. It's like
yeah,
clearly an emotional moment for him too. Like obviously it's cool for Dell for Eric to be there, but how cool is it for Eric to be able to be the guy that is doing that for
yeah,
his friend Dell? It can very much tell in those moments, and even just when they're on the broadcast together, how well they get along, how much those guys kind of like revere each other and their craft.
yeah. Any other observations from the Hornets Del Curry night?
I
Anything else
thought
you
it was
spotted being in the arena?
Not being in the arena, I thought it was funny, and this just speaks to where the game of basketball is going. Every time somebody got up and talked about Dell, they called him one of the best shooters of his era. Because like the game of basketball is so different now. I have a question for you. Do you know what Dell Curry's career high in 3-point attempts per game is?
3-point attempts per game for
Yeah,
over a
his career
season.
high.
Oh, I don't know, like 4.1.
5.2. He got up
Okay.
5.2 3-point attempts per game in 1994-95. That would rank sixth on the current Hornets behind LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Con Knippel, Miles Bridges, and Kobe White. So just a totally different era of basketball. I mean, he was just way ahead of his time as a
Yep.
3-point marksman. So just that framing of one of the best shooters of his era, I thought was really interesting because the game is obviously so different now. If he was playing, I mean, he would get up 6, 7, 8 3-pointers a game. And you have
Oh,
to
and the
wonder what his
rest.
career would look like, if he was playing now versus in the mid 90s.
Yeah.